you did this live. The problem is you poked me, and I can debunk everything that you're saying. Just letting you know.
Anyway, are you not embarrassed?
Embarrassed. And you know what's funny? Everyone's like, "Oh, Paige, you called someone a bitch."
Yes, Al, you're right, bro.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something quickly. You know, these, like, they run that many lives on Hailey that they don't even remember what they've said, bro.
It happened last night, mate. Heidi's comment. There was talking about the situation last night, and it took Alicia to get in. Alicia said, "This live is not about Hailey Comment. Stop trying to make it about Hailey Comment." And then the people that are friends with certain people in boxes left the live. They don't want to sit in there and talk about racism, you know. And these are black people. They don't want to talk about it. They want to look and dig at other creators and bring people down. And this is why people say, "Oh, racism gets overlooked on the app." Yeah, it does. And do you know the reason why it gets overlooked? It's because of lives like this. That's why it gets overlooked.
You know, when it's a smear campaign, bro, all they see is views and the opportunity to grow. But I don't think that they realise like how much damage that they do to content creators like Hailey. Like Hailey has clapped back now because it's been like a continuous thing every single day. People running live. Just disgusting.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, obviously, I tried to take on Adriana's case, and I wasn't culturally appropriate enough. I wasn't melanated enough. I was too white. I was too this. I was too that. They've said it all. Then they tried to drag my 6-year-old daughter. So when we try to unite, we can't do it because we get dragged for 3 months. And then you've got someone like EQ who wants to shout the N-word. But these people have gone mad and moaned for months. Now they've lost the power. So now when people listen to them, no one takes them seriously. And you've got a real issue here of racism. And now you still want to drag it back to me when I've done nothing wrong apart from trying to help a family from Guyana. Like, and I couldn't do it because after months and months of being attacked, you're dragging my daughter, you're dragging my kids, my dead dad, all of these people sat with London Star when she was doing it. They were all part of it. Kenzino's mum posted about my 6-year-old. Paige stomped in a box about my 6-year-old because of what she said. So now that you want to have all this power, no one wants to take you seriously. You don't like Congolese Alex, but you love Jamaican Courtney. What the fuck?
It makes sense, does your hair? I'm sitting here racking my brain.
And the comment that was made, which was absolutely hilarious, was he was saying about, oh yeah, the reason why we wouldn't find it offensive is because Courtney sits in black spaces and I don't. I mean,
oh my god,
you know what I mean? Like,
Courtney's got a black dog.
You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? It's fucking mad.
That's what
why aren't they talking about EQ? EQ said something horrific, so why don't they do live about that? But your hatred for me and you know, because you're a big content creator, it gets dragged into it, and then it just dilutes everything, and then nobody wants to listen anymore.
You know what? It's a well-known fact that when all the racism stuff was going on, Devon used to go into Evil Queen's lives and he used to comment and he used to watch. Somebody pulled him up on it before and he says, well, how are you meant to learn about your enemy unless you're around them? But I honestly believe he was messaging her, trying to get on a platform, etc. And I feel like that's why he doesn't talk on her, because she can come out and be like, hold on, Devon, you've done X, Y, and Z.
No. That's the reason why he ain't speaking on it, and I think it's obvious now. It's because EQ done multiple lives calling him a rapist. That's all it is. That's the facts.
That's
when that came out.
Yeah, like she was going around saying, even though like I don't believe he is personally. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't there, and it's hard for me to like, you know, say because obviously, but me personally, I don't know the situation. It's hard to speak on, but that's what EQ was saying. He was a rapist. He was this. He was that. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why he ain't speaking on her. That's my opinion, anyway.
Okay. Everyone's too scared to speak on it. That's why they want to go live about it, but they want to drag everyone else into it, and they don't want to mention the topic they actually went live about, which is mad to me.
And they're coming for me, and the fact is, a lot of stuff can be debunked. How can we all understand? We all agree here in the live. Context is key to everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
It shows the point. And Kenzina's mum, I mean, she seems all right. I've never really had a bad interaction, really, with her. But anyway, she was talking about the Congolese Alex and making out that I was racist. When the whole situation happened, right, we was in a live, it was Frankie's live, and Courtney, and everyone was in there, and there was someone brought up Alex in the chat. Someone was bringing up my manhood mushrooms. You know what it's like with the emotes. And I said, "Fucking, everyone's talking about my mushroom again." And someone had put in the chat, "Oh, have you heard about the Congolese? Congolese apparently got the biggest." So I went, "Okay, 1 minute," and I come back on an account called Congolese Alex. You know what I mean? I come back on an account called Congolese Alex, and context is key to that. But they're making out I'm racist.
But Alex, when at the time when you done this, did they call you out or did
No,
they
I was in.
have an issue with it?
No, I was on favourited with Devon after on one of the nights, and we was having a laugh about it. And he said, "I said, what do you think about it?" And he was like, "Oh God, it's you know what I mean." He was just saying like, "Oh, it's you, innit?" You know what I mean? Like he was laughing and joking about it. But now all of a sudden it's a problem.
That's why I don't understand. Why are they deflecting with you if it's really about what EQ did? Like what you? How long ago was it? What you did with your Congolese thing?
Oh, bloody hell, fucking hell. 10 months ago.
10 months ago, fucking hell.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's why the argument don't hold weight. If you had the issue with it, you would have pulled you up on it there and then move forward. Don't bring it up like 10 months down the line because it fits a narrative now to rub Alex out. That don't make sense.
Apparently I'm a racist now because I went Wagwan, and Devon made an absolutely horrendous and abhorrent comment when he said, "Oh my God, you know what, that is black terminology." Because I said Wagwan, that's black terminology. Well, I'm going to bring people into the live, you know, like the white Jamaican people, and they can't never speak patois. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I got called racist because my coffee mugs that I print have SYM on, but it says solving your mysteries.
Thank you, Jeanette.
SYM means solving your mysteries, and I got told that I couldn't use that because it's black speak, but it's like it's just mad.
Hey up.
How you doing, Chipster?
All right, hey,
all good, mate.
I just wanted to jump in, right, because this about the Congolese account. I know why you set that up, and that was all about penises.
Yeah,
and that's it. It wasn't.
It's in the bio, mate. It literally said in the bio. If anyone looked at the bio, it said 7.1 on average.
And Devon has sat with you while you've had that account.
I know.
Been on that
I was in boxes with them all.
But I wanted to point out, right? So, NJ, you could answer this.
What's up?
So, if somebody darkens their skin for a profile picture, is that not blackfacing?
Yeah.
So why is there no outrage for? And I'm not having a go at Courtney because I've got nothing against Courtney, but the Jamaican account she set up, she darkened her face and called herself Jamaican. She's not Jamaican. She's white Scottish, pale faced. She's got her skin whiter than anybody. Yeah, as anybody. So why is that not being shouted and moaned about right now?
You know what, Chicky, that's a great point. The thing is that people in Jamaica, they would be absolutely mortified if they clocked onto that. I'm from St. Kitts, you know, I mean, I'm not even a Jamaican, but as a Caribbean person, that's disgusting. And if that was my friend, because you know, a lot of the time they say, "Oh, we don't pull up online, we do it behind the scenes." I would have pulled her up online, and then I would have had a conversation with her behind the scenes. And if I'm your friend as well, I'll be telling you for your safety, because I'm like, you can't go around doing blackface and expect people to just walk past you and say hello. People are definitely going to approach you and say something.
Yeah, so, if you look at that, I don't know if she's still got that account now, but if you looked at the profile picture that she used, she darkened her skin.
It's disgusting, and I don't care if she's your friend or not. You should be calling her out on stuff like that. But when he allows people to mock it like that, when he starts talking on stuff like that, it doesn't hold no weight, because people be like, "But hold on, you've been sitting on stage with Courtney and she's done blackface and she's changed her name to Jamaican Courtney, and you've all laughed and kikied like it's funny."
But it's about the context, isn't it? So they're saying Alex's context behind the account doesn't matter. Well, hers doesn't matter. Then it doesn't matter whether they thought it were all right or not. The context is either important or it's not. If it's not important, which is what was said in that live, then they've got to call Courtney out the same energy they're calling Alex out.
Yeah, I honestly feel like the world would be a better place if he says, "Alex, I don't like you because," instead of like hiding behind, "Oh, you've got a Congolese account, now I don't like you." Just be real.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to jump down because I'm not ready to come back yet. I'm coming back maybe Wednesday, maybe or Friday. So.
All right, Chips, reach out if you need us.
Yeah, look after yourself, mate.
Yeah.
Hello, Chippy.
Bye, Corey. See you, Hill. Bye. Bye, Andrew. Oh, I can't get out.
Chippy's stuck.
That's all right.
Okay. I'm mute, Red a minute because I can hear the babu. Corey.
Hi.
You're right, mate.
Hello.
Hello, Haley Comet.
Hello, Corey. How are you?
Sorry, I don't like NJ.
One Corey.
Yeah, it's just the whole live. Like I said, the whole arguments have been lost because at the end of the day, look what's been said. Apparently, a white person can't say wagwan. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's only if you're black you can say that word. You know, he said about the context is not important when context is always important. On every single thing that you speak about, it's always about context. You know what I mean? So that argument's been lost. It's just all this lie's been done for is because they said he told earlier he kept advertising his live. You know what I mean?
Who said Courtney did blackface?
Chippy come in and said about darken one of the pictures or something. I don't know.
She darkened the profile picture or darkened your skin, sorry.
No, I don't know if she's edited a picture. Courtney never did blackface. What are you going on about?
Do you not think, Paige, that every single argument you've had in that live has been lost?
First of all, racism and how people receive and feel about racism is not an argument, Alex. It's not. I'm not going to argue if you go back and forth about how we feel or how we've experienced or felt racism. That's fucking stupid.
One question: Is microaggression racism?
You've just said, is microaggressive racism racism?
Yeah, no, answer the question.
Is that what you did? Well, yes, it's obviously a very clear answer.
Okay.
Did I call you racist in that live once? No.
Yeah, but you said Alex with his microaggression coming into the box, right? That is calling me racist?
No, not that box yesterday. I said the ones you've done before. So you're
calling me racist?
You've said racist, microaggressive racist things, so there's loads of people.
No, but you're calling me racist?
Well, don't be microaggressive then around black people. If it's not that deep and you're not saying racism as in you can't stand or dislike people of colour.
But you've just said that I'm not racist. But then you're
not inherently, explicitly racist. No.
But you're still labelling me as a racist.
Go and do some research, Alex. Inherently and explicitly racist.
Is the white Jamaicans?
Pardon?
Yeah, I'm just asking you the question.
I'm not going to sit there and have this debate, Alex.
You're not going to. No, Paige. You know why? Because you know what it is.
There's about 13%.
There's a massive difference.
There's a 13% of white Jamaicans in Jamaica. Alex, are you a white Jamaican?
No.
Okay, so what was the point of your answer question?
Because Devon said that was black terminology.
No.
Yes.
He said,
no. Devon said.
Let me finish, Alex. Are you going to go over everything I say? Don't
just because you got ADHD, don't try and twist it on me.
Devon said it's Jamaican or black slander and terminology. He wasn't just talking about what you were saying either.
Yes,
he was saying Jamaican or black because it's not just Jamaican people.
No, he never. He never. He said Alex coming into the box using black terminology. There were the words, black terminology.
Okay, so go and ask Devon about that. I'm not Devon.
But you see, this is content. This is the reason why I asked the question. This is the reason why I asked the question.
I didn't say it, Alex. I didn't say it.
But you said I'm racist. But you just said I was racist.
I said you've made microaggressive racist comments before.
Then you're calling me fucking racist.
Are you going to let me finish a conversation, Alex? You're going to ask me thousands of questions and not let me talk?
Talk then.
Thank you. In the past, you've said microaggressive things in terms of when I've been in here before in your room, you've even admitted it and you apologised and we spoke about it. So I'm really confused by your attitude and your persona behaviour now.
What things did I say?
Before when I've been upset and crying about racism and stuff, and you've said little things like, oh, well, you don't care and it's not that deep and blah, blah. We've had conversations, Alex, where you've turned around and said, I get why it's deep to you now and it's not to me. I get why I can make jokes, but you may not find them funny. We've had this convo, so I'm really confused by your narrative now.
But what are we talking about? What did I say to you?
No, I didn't call you racist today. You've said microaggressive things before in this live, and in my live, you're forgetting about where you came into my box, what everyone's fucking talking about, because I got the stick for you being in there. I didn't say you was racist. So what's your point to me?
But you mentioned microaggressive, and someone said Alex coming in the box saying subliminal racial words. When you say things subliminally, you're still saying them.
Exactly. So what are you getting? So I'm not going back on what you've said and what I believe you've said in the past. Not in my box, even though you were saying things to annoy and wind up the situation. If someone was talking about the C word, or someone was talking about being great, or anyone in minority, or GAY people were talking about getting abused for being GAY, I think it's disgusting to go into a room and then make jokes about it. However, I don't really care about you that deeply, and we're not friends. And there was a bigger conversation to be had last night about EQ saying the N-word, and there was lots of black people getting upset. The whole live, Natalie, what Alex was in, was about EQ. So who's scared is my point. So I was more like, okay, I think it's really ridiculous and insulting that you come into a room 100%, but I didn't say anything to you. However, others did. And I got the stick for that today. So I'm really confused at what you're trying to ask me 1,000 questions for when I'm not Devon.
No, but the reason is because you've just said, I didn't call you racist. Yes, you have.
I didn't call you inherently racist. If you don't understand what I'm saying... You're not explicitly racist, no. Do I think you don't like black people? No. Do I think you can't be in the space of black people? No. Do I think you don't give a shit about the black people's opinions or racism as a whole to hear and listen and realise when a joke is not a joke? Yes.
Okay,
And
then.
if you don't like my answer, stop asking me fucking questions, Alex, as a grown man.
Okay, then if you want to calm the tone down, we'll speak like adults.
My tone's normally fine. Don't do that because you get irate as well sometimes. People
I do.
So
but
don't do that, Alex.
But
Don't do that.
No,
but
I've calmed down. That's why I haven't raised my voice now, so we can talk. So I can talk to you.
And I'm not. I'm not raising my voice.
So
I'm actually completely fine.
So I hosted a live. Remember, you remember that live that you was in there, and Devon, you was arguing to get in the box and all that stuff. Remember, I hosted a live and I allowed black people in the box. I was turning down, and it's going to sound, So look here.
You done the same to me a minute ago. That's what I mean. Don't do for doing.
But this is the thing. But this is the thing. I literally gave my platform, muted, and let black people come on my platform in front of 4,000 people to speak on that because no one was offering in that space. Because Miss Red was off the app. Remember?
I didn't say you didn't do that. But just because you've done that doesn't also mean that you can go into a black space where someone has just half an hour before said the N-word 3 million times, whilst it's the same people that have come for their kids, etc., and their race and identity, and then make laughing jokes and think it's gonna every black person in that box is gonna find it funny.
Okay, then you've done the exact same thing in Devon's live.
That's fine.
Yeah, but no. But listen, this is the thing. You're all digging at me, but and this is gonna pain me to do this, but. When you was in that live and you're talking about racism, and you jumped in the box and you spoke about a hygiene, you spoke about fucking a dusty knickers.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna argue with a racist, Alex, who told me to go back on a boat. I'm not gonna waste my breath as a woman of colour.
But you did the same thing.
Going through racism every day. Who has black sons, okay? Predominantly nearly full black sons. I'm not gonna sit there and argue with someone who screams, I don't like white people when I'm half white. I'm not going to sit there and tell when people that go back onto your banana boats, go row your boat. I'm not going to waste my good time doing anything but trolling them. Do you think they deserve to be educated or decent or have the respect for a decent conversation from a black person that they're being racist to?
But you've that's the reason why you come for me, because it was a serious conversation.
I haven't come for you once. I got come for because of you.
Can I speak, please? Can I speak? I've been letting you talk. You've come for me, or say, okay, you and amongst others have come for me because it was a serious conversation, and I come in there with jokes, right? Yeah.
I didn't come for you. I actually defended you. It's what you're pissing me off for. I got come for today. This all started this live because they had to go at me. Me and Devon fell out even because I was saying it's not that deep to me, Alex's comments. There's bigger fish to fucking fry. So yet again, I'm very confused by this that you're doing now. I'm not Devon. They all had to go at me today. I just said, yes, there have been microaggressions, but Alex said, is this why you're all getting pissed off? Is this why, because when he's in here and you can't physically take him seriously or you don't want him around you? I can ignore all that from Alex and have him in my box.
Okay,
so I don't get what your point is here.
I've got. Do you know what? Every point that you've had, or you and your friends have had in that boxes, I've debunked very fast and made you look very stupid.
That's amazing for you.
Do you know what? Do you know what the problem is, Paigey? Is the fact is now you said you had no problem with it. Now all of a sudden you've got a problem with it because your friends are having a go at you.
I still don't have a problem with it. I'm arguing in the comments saying that I didn't. The whole main point has been dragged, and now you've done your little live, and everyone's getting involved. This person spoke on me. No one spoke on fucking no one. I did a whole 3-hour live yesterday about EQ.
I was live already.
Everyone's screaming why wasn't EQ mentioned. Why have you not corrected them? You was in my live while we were talking about EQ.
I was live already.
No, Alex, listen to what I just said. Even in your comments, it's about Alex, not EQ. Was you not in my live about EQ? Was the live not about EQ and our minions? Yes or no?
When I got in there, I didn't come in straight away from this.
Alex, my live with the picture on it that you was in, it had a whole fucking picture next to it.
Yeah. You mentioned EQ on there.
It was about EQ.
Yeah,
so we're not going on about you. It's been deflected on.
Hello?
Bullshit weird reason, and people are even coming for me. The whole live was about EQ. It was about EQ. It was about the people that follow EQ, and it was about EQ minks and all these people that expect us people of colour. They say it's safe to be in your rooms, and we now don't feel like it's safe to be in there. That's who I was calling out.
Well, all I've heard is Alex.
That's how you was. I let you in my box. I wasn't rude to you. We had a laugh in my box. So you sitting there going, "Oh, you and all your friends," when I've been made to feel the type of way as well. You're deflecting and making this about you. No, get the whole convo then and go back to EQ.
It's what you on about. Made it.
You're doing what they're doing.
No. Paigey, what are you on about?
And what Devon's doing.
I was named.
No difference.
I was named multiple times.
So was Devon in the comments. So was I.
What are you on about?
No, but I'm not going to sit down and run a live up now and make it not about EQ. Like
I didn't run a live. I was already live. What are you on about? I went live after Miss Red.
Talking about it. Are you camping or discussing Evil Keen's racism last night? What? Are you sitting there watching Devon talk about you?
Why should I? Here's a question for you.
Everyone cares about themselves until their name's mentioned, and I'm sorry, it's true. Me included.
You're not doing this in this
Because
live.
you're saying, why is everyone not talking about EQ? Why are you doing this? Why are you talking about that? But you're doing the same thing.
Do you know the last
so
time?
We're all hypocrites then, no? Everyone sat here now is a hypocrite then.
Right, let me tell you now,
Oh,
right?
don't speak for me.
You know what it is? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to just make it... The reason why I'm not mentioning Evil Queen is because the last time I held a space for black creators and people in the audience to come up into the boxes and speak how they've been affected by previous racism, I got branded, saying, and so I'm dragged across the app saying, why is there a white guy hosting a live about racism? You know what I mean? I was targeted. So the
It must be really hard. It must be hard.
But you see, look here, you're patronising.
Oh, you make jokes. What's the difference?
Yeah, no, but the thing is, so my feelings are invalid. No, my feelings are invalid. Just because you want to be the most talkative in the room, the loudest in the room, doesn't mean...
I can't make a joke now, but you can make a joke in a blackface where people were crying about people saying the N-word.
Oh, but you never had an issue. You never,
I thought it was quite funny, but I can't make a joke now in your space because it's about you.
No, you never had, like you said, you never had an issue last night about it. Now all of a sudden it's an issue.
No, but so why have you got an issue now?
Because you're literally talking about it, and I'm bringing it up.
No, I just said, oh, it must be hard. I made a joke, like you did yesterday, yeah?
But this is...
When in my box.
But you're joking about a situation. When I went in there and I started...
None of you have mods, shut up.
Sorry, when I jumped in there when I come in your live last night, the conversation was dying down a little bit, wasn't that?
No, are you joking?
Everyone was... Do you know what? I'll play the live when actually the boxes no one was talking.
It's on the Observer, guys. Go on
yeah,
the
go
Observer,
and watch it on the Observer. Go and watch it on the Observer. When I jumped into the box last night, there weren't really much talking. It was people being quiet, and there was a couple of people talking.
Anyway, I only come in here to say about the blackface thing. That's actually all I come in here for, because I don't like people lying on or making... People say about, the race card all the time, the race card. So that works both ways. You can't put racism on someone when there's nothing even slightly happening. That's also offensive to black people. So Courtney and her blackface, I want to see the proof. I want to see the evidence because she never did it, and there was no darkening of a photo.
Yeah, here's one more thing before you go, Paige. Would you say context is key on every single thing that we talk about?
Context and relevance, not always, no. Sometimes just learning when to be a bigger person in terms of serious conversation.
Okay. No, I always think context is always key, right?
That's fine, but Alex, you can do that. That's okay.
So if I'm getting labelled a racist because of an account that I had called Congolese Alex, right? And Devon and everyone else was in them boxes when I was on
I can't answer. I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay, right. And it was all to do with, everyone knows what it was about. Even Courtney knows about it. Devon was on favourited with me laughing about it.
So this is Devon and Courtney's combo.
Yeah, but this is what I mean.
Done that.
But this is what I mean. Context is key, and it was all to do.
No, but it's not context. I didn't comment on that. I didn't know you did that. I haven't commented on you. I don't care a fuck about Congolese for all Jamaican Courtney. That's nothing to me. I'll be so real. That in the grand scheme of racism and what's actually being affected by people of colour on this app and in the real life, you being Congolese Alex and Courtney being Jamaican Courtney, that doesn't mean that. No, that's not what was important to me. I didn't care. I didn't mention that on you or on her because I don't think that's relevant. I don't get why you're asking me. I didn't say it. It's Devon. Go and ask Devon. I came in here about the blackface and then you've asked me 1,000 questions. I'm happy to admit it to you because we have had combos and we do talk. That's fine. But I'm not Devon. So what? I don't care that he was Congolese Alex. So if I don't care, why do I care about the context? Selective outrage. I'm a person of colour and people are screaming the N-word saying they're going to do this and that and lynch my children.
Talk about them then.
Selective. If I choose about them Alex,
where's Courtney then in all this?
If I choose not to be Alex and care about Congolese Alex, but that means I'm selecting now my fucking blackness. Are you guys all right?
But the thing is,
you're all little followers. It's really sad, little minion followers. Because as soon as if Alex was on my side, you'd all love me. And
no, difference of opinion, so that they're not irrelevant.
They would all love me, Alex.
But they're not irrelevant. They're different. Just because difference of opinion doesn't make them irrelevant.
They loved me, mate. They loved me when I was in here. When you liked me, we was having a joke. All the comments were Paige, you're so funny. And now, because they think I'm going against you, they don't like me. You're minions. And it's why I will never take heed. I'm not one of these people that fucking cares about a platform. I'm not going to take heed of you people in the comments. I'll be so real. Like, none of you actually pay my bills.
Well, Paige, the other time when they come for you was crying now.
Huh?
The last time when we was on this kind of live, when I was in this
about racism, yeah, because I don't like being racist.
You came up and you was like, everybody in the comments are thick anyway, so I don't care what they think. And then after, you were saying that nobody listens to you because you don't have a platform.
From this side, people know, people listen. I don't need, and I was crying, and do you know what made me think? I felt so stupid, NJ, because first and foremost, this is the internet. Why am I even thinking and getting upset and crying because some random people don't get my point of view or don't get my heart? Mm-hmm. That's so silly. So I got over that, NJ, very quickly. That was dumb of me. I don't need to be liked. And the art of like learning to not be liked or caring about not being liked is very big for the ego. It's very, very good. Mm-hmm. It's very good because when I'm not caring about what minions think, especially when I'm being racially gaslit, but I'm also getting called a jungle bunny in my fucking DMs, and they're going to come and lynch my children. That's a bit more like, maybe I should get more upset about that instead of some comment, some random barber with no account, no followers, and no picture saying that they don't want to be educated by me. I respectfully, I've also realised that no one has to listen to my education. You're not paying me, and I'm not getting paid. So why do you think I need to educate you all for free? Why can't you all educate each other or the internet?
That's true. You can't educate ignorance.
But I don't know. I don't need to educate anyone. No one has to take my education, and no one has to listen. So when the same way I've stopped trying to do the educational thing, you don't stop fucking calling me out. What do you think about this?
If I'm going to be honest with you,
think about that? I think fuck all, mate.
You yourself, I'd actually probably listen to when it comes to education on black culture. But I'm on black community and your experiences. But a lot of these people, I'm sorry, I don't ever get this. A lot of your friends that are in these comment sections here, and also in the actual boxes, I wouldn't listen to because their arguments are getting lost in transit.
You don't need to listen to anyone, and they don't need to be taken.
Exactly, so they shouldn't be giving a shit about my opinion and my wording and whatever I say.
Just because you don't need to listen to anyone, does that mean that no one can be offended by anything ever? Then is that what we're saying?
Okay, was anyone offended last night in them boxes that when I come up?
I just said I got attacked. Just because I wasn't in the grand scheme of them, like in a big grand scale, doesn't mean that they can't be, Alex. We're not all the same people. We're not all the same black person. We're all the same brain. We're not all have the same
exactly. And I pointed that earlier in Devon's live when he was saying talking about the black community, and I said you can only speak about your individual experiences, and if you're offended, you can't speak across the board. You can't.
Exactly, and he did that.
No, he never. Devon was the one saying I'm basically talking about black people. You know, you can only speak about yourself and as an individual because there's a lot of people in my room and there was laughing. They was going, "Wow, go on, that's not bloody racist. I'm not going to find that offensive at all."
So why are you directing it towards me now? I'm not Devon.
No, but I'm just telling.
I'm literally not Devon. I can't answer for Devon. I don't know what you want me to do.
Well, Devon said he speaks for the whole black community, so I was just like, you know.
Well, I'm telling you that he doesn't. The same way I don't. When everyone's pressuring me, what's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on that? People want to sit there and say, Paige, not the face of race, but you all fucking run to me and pressure me in lives to try and like antagonise me. To be like, what do you think of this then? What do you think of that then? I thought I won. I thought you didn't care. Why are you all asking me in comments?
It was like last night. Like I know it weren't nothing to do with you, and it weren't nothing to do with obviously Alicia pointed out. There was people that was coming in that was normally I don't know who the person's people was, but they tried to make the live about Hayley comment, did they not?
In the comments, and what did me?
Yeah, and that's what I mean. You was corrected straight away, and this goes to show.
Shut up about I've run people's name through the mud. Shut the fuck up. Anything I've said, this lady said just the same backwards. It's just tit for tat at this point. No one's gone and screamed at each other or tried to bring people down. I haven't sat doing hate lives every fucking day. When people brought it up, even today, I've got screenshots of where someone's cussing out Hayley in the comments and the kids, and I'm literally going mad at them and I've blocked them because why are you bringing up kids? So this is the narrative you don't need to stop doing, grouping every fucking one together. A bunch of girls may have had an issue with Hayley. What the fuck's that got to do with me? Because I had 3 opinions. And you're trying to drag it out of me now.
Paige, what was your stance on that though? Was you having conversations with Hayley Comment's daughter making the comment?
Yeah.
What
was your stance on that? Was you in the live with the people?
You went on Strat's live and talked about Tory.
I didn't. First of all, don't know your kid's name. Never cared. Never did know. And number 2, all I said was, it's not the kid's fault. Anytime a kid says anything, know when a kid is born racist. Whether they've heard it or not from anywhere, it's about how we handle it as parents afterwards. That's the most that I've said. Where have I spoke about your kid? Show me now.
All right, let's come
No.
Let's just have a normal
I'm like London Star. I'm like this. Show me where I've cussed out your kid.
Normal convo, man.
I didn't say you cussed out my kid. I said you had opinions on my kid. But you're the first person to go, people are dragging my kids, but you're the first person to jump in the box and talk on my kid. And I don't care.
Show me, Hayley. Show me, please. Show me, please,
Why don't
Hayley.
you just drop your fucking attitude and actually
Why can't you drop your fucking attitude when you're trying to be saviours in places that don't need you to save?
You're always the one saying white people this, white person that. You whites, you're always doing it.
I say you whites, do I?
You always
Hayley,
get your whites
don't piss me off because you know I've seen your fucking
You always do it, Paige.
Shut up. You know I've seen your WhatsApp.
Who are you talking to?
You know I've seen your WhatsApp.
Talking to?
Some people are so comfortable singing the N-word. Some people are so fucking comfortable and then it's a problem
your
to come to
attitude
me.
It's disgraceful. Like,
Your
attitude is disgraceful.
Some is ours. Womp.
You even
yours
you
is
talk
mine
to
shit.
like
Yours is shit, mine shit.
You're the only one with any education.
What now?
Well, can we just talk? Can we just talk as adults? I feel a little bit.
When have I said you whites? Because yet again, making a mixed race person who already gets enough stick and the narrative that I don't like white people is going around on this app, and now you're trying to even put it in and shove it in there more. Show me where I've said you white, and show me where I've cut. I'll
I'm just
actually
saying,
sit here
if
and
you
wait.
actually can have a normal conversation with people without making people calling them dumb or uneducated.
I didn't
just
call
have
you
a
dumb once.
conversation as
I
a
didn't call
human
you dumb.
being,
I'm
man.
asking you a question, Hayley. Where have I said you white and where have I cussed your kid? Please show me.
You said something in the comments.
I said you white. Can you please get it up then? Because people I'm sure are screen recording. Please, can I show me where I said you white? Please. I'm actually genuinely serious. Please. Show me, please.
Another thing is as well, obviously I understand the YT thing like that, but that's normally...
You know why we say that, Alex?
Yeah.
Because you say...
Yeah, but I understand that in text base because obviously it's like,
Alex, if I say I get nanaed 24/7, I can't even say... I don't even like saying black. I have to do it quickly. That's why I don't even say... I say people of colour. Have you not noticed? Because if you say the actual race of anyone's race, you get nanaed. I normally say people of colour.
You can say white, you can say black. I've said it loads of
No,
times.
you can. But when I do a poem, Alex, when I did a poem and I said
nothing has
them
ever
words
never
in it,
ever.
Never happened.
I got black. Okay, do you know what I'm going to do now? Because this is another thing. I'm managed by TikTok, and a year ago, while I was on Laura's platform, the same thing that you're talking about, I got it back saying because I'd said black and white and it had an interpretive speech in terms of my racism poetry. I got banned 3 times in one day. And it said that was the reason why.
I'm not saying you haven't, but I personally haven't. Me personally, I've
yeah, that's different things. EQ can sit there and say the N-word, Alex. I'll guarantee if you said it once, you might get nanaed. But she can say it 4 times and not.
I've never personally been... Obviously, I do FYP, so obviously I come across clips on a daily basis where people are saying...
Anyway, where have I said YT, please, Hayley? And where have I cussed out your kid? I'm genuinely... Because this is now going to put the narrative out there, like EQ and that was, that I dislike white people when I'm half white myself. Please show me where I say you white, etc., etc. All of the terminology that just come out of your mouth, because you said you don't like it when all these girls sit on a box and lie about your name for no reason. They can't have a conversation. So please, can you show me... Where I said you white.
Loads of random stuff, Paige. All I'm saying to you is if you literally...
No, give me an example. Give me an example. There must be more of an example.
You did get in Strat's box to talk on Tory. That's what I said. I just didn't say you...
What, in a negative way?
I didn't watch it. I just knew that...
But you're bringing it up and saying I'm talking about your kid when I actually backed you and your kid up in a way saying it wasn't your child's fault. So I'm saying it's not your child's fault and I'm the bad one here. Okay, cool. So what about the you white
in general, no one should be talking on anyone's children.
Yeah, but no kid should be saying on you. Like, let's be respectful as parents. Even my kids in the room, there's not going to be a chance where they'd even say something irate or upsetting to offend people in the same room. But that's a different combo.
What I did was I muted and I talked to her. She came on and apologised and it was done. And I educated in that moment. You've got to say, Paige, as a mum, like we're educating as we go, don't we?
And yeah, that's great. I didn't question you on that. That's the worst thing. Everything I've spoken about you has not been about your kids. Ever.
Okay, that's fine. And like I just said...
But where have I said you whites, please? Can you please give me an example? Because this narrative is not going to get spread. I'm going to get hate comments and abuse, Hayley, in my DMs because you've just said I said all you whites, etc. Please explain
You won't let me speak, Paige, so it's really hard to answer a question when you just talk all over me all the time.
I'll mute. Go on.
I said you were saying it on that platform there where we were all watching. And it's sometimes when you respond to the comments, that's the things you kind of say.
I was saying you whites. I'll get Devon to download this live. Hold on,
you say you YT people, you do, yes.
I said the YT people, yeah. As in white, I can't even say, yeah, 100%. I didn't say you white.
It's just a different way of saying it.
When did I say you white or you lot of white? Let me go ask Devon to download
you said you YT people all the time. That's what I just said.
But you've said it when you was sitting with us and said the same things.
No, I just say white. I would talk about what we're talking about.
Yeah, and you said white or you'd say YT. When you was hanging around with us, you did say YT, don't lie. When you were sitting with Elise and all of us in the box, you said the same thing. What's the difference now?
But she's a white woman.
I'm half white, so am I, Alex.
Yeah, but you're not understanding what people are saying.
You lot are actually crazy. So she can say white as a white woman, but I'm half white. I'm literally white. Just because I'm brown on the outside, my heritage and my ethnicity is half and half. So I can't say white as half white, but
okay. Here's a question for you then.
All right, sorry, Alex, I didn't know. No worries.
Yeah, so when I jumped in your box yesterday and I said, "Oh, I don't like white people," being a white person, no one really had an issue with that, really, did they? Same thing.
Alex, what did I say on the live? I said, "Shut up, don't say that," because you know my mum's white, and I made a joke back to you, so it was like hearted. So you
exactly. Then, but I don't care if I get trolled.
Yeah, but I did because you don't care. But it was my platform, Alex. It was my live. I didn't want you to be trolled in that live in that moment because that's not what it was about. It wasn't about you then, and I still said something. So she can say YT because she's a white woman, but I'm half white and I can't.
But you
I never said that.
No, you didn't, Hayley. Alex did.
Yeah, I did.
So I'm half white when it suits me. These kind of comments are disgusting. The fact that you're all talking about my heritage and my culture is crazy. And then people that are not part of ethnicities or cultures that are being attacked can sit there and say the most. It's everyone's skeleton is white, and this is Alex. I can't. You don't know. Hayley, you should know yourself. NJ, you're a man of colours, you should know yourself. And Hayley, you claim to be an ally and do all of these things. These kind of comments, etc. And the narratives that you're now trying to put out is ridiculous. And it's silly. You've even said about me talking to your child, and you've just said you didn't even hear what I said. And if you heard, I was actually backing your flipping child. Not you, but I was backing your child. No child needs to be called a name, and no child is born racist. It's obviously a hard thing. So I don't know what the fuck your problem is. I'll be real.
This is why I asked you, because you know, as an educator, there could be a time where a young kid says an outlandish thing, and it is for us to.
I said that though, NJ. I'm done talking, but I said that.
I know, Paige, but listen, let me finish, please. You know what it is?
Yeah, of course, Lou.
Outside, when you see 4, 5, 6, 7 grown-ass people, man, talking on a 6-year-old child, regardless if you like the mum or not, it's distasteful. I don't care what anybody says.
And I didn't cuss her, so why am I being called up on a stage?
I didn't say you did.
3.3k.
One minute. I've just said anyone's free to jump up. Like, do you know what I mean? Like. Everyone's saying, can you let someone in to support Paige? I'm looking for the guests.
I don't need support.
No, I can't see no one's requested.
I'm fine, guys. If I'm scared or if I felt sad, I'd leave. If my mental health is at detriment, I'm a grown adult who is very aware of my behaviour. If I was sad or I couldn't handle it, I would just click the X because I pay my own Wi-Fi bill when I'm an adult. I don't sit there getting traumatised and triggered and then stay in these spaces and moan about it. I'm very confused.
Here we go.
I didn't speak. Oh, you lot are weird. You know what? I won't defend kids either then. Let everyone run ragged on people's kids. Fine.
Okay.
Okay, is that it? Does anyone else want to call me Hayley? Anything else you want to call me out on? NJ, Alex? Are we done? Can I go? Are we done?
I just thought it was a conversation.
Okay, no, a conversation where you call me out on 2 things and I've answered you. And you've still not once actually said sorry even for trying to bring up and imply that I was cussing out your kid on a live, which I really wasn't. Because 1 minute you watched it, Hayley, and then you said you didn't watch it. That's...
Yeah, you know, there's been 3 months of hate lives. You sit on loads of them. You literally.
I've sat on 3 when about Adriana. When you've gone on your live and said Paige don't even claim Guyana. She didn't fucking speak to no one in Guyana, the lying little bitch. Is she even Guyanese? As a mixed race person and a Guyanese woman, of course that offended me, Hayley. Do you want me to close my mouth? Do you think you're superior that I can't respond back also? But I've not sat there for hours, no. I've not sat there for hours on these hate lives when they're talking about random shit. I don't care. But you saying that I don't claim Guyana whilst dealing with Adrian and Young's case is disgusting to me. And I'm allowed to have that.
Yeah, and I'm allowed to have that opinion when I was trying to do the right thing.
I'm not crying at you. I'm not sitting in the box.
Let someone else speak. How can I say anything back if you never let me talk?
You really don't want me talking to you,
It's boring.
Oh, God.
Shut up.
I'm just here to say again.
What have you jumped up to say, baby?
I'm just here for Paige because you're not all going in on us at once.
No, I was live, doing my normal live, and I get a message saying that Devin and everyone's talking about me, so I came to it. So all this stuff about, we fired up a live to go back, that's a lie. There's thousands of people.
You shouldn't have a halfway point then as a live.
What do you mean, a halfway point? I think I've debunked
You've got people in here over both sides. So you need to choose, Alex, basically.
I'm fine. I just don't like being called out. And Hayley, that's really upset me and wound me up because you all sit there and claim to have not faced narratives and you can have conversations, but you want to sit there, gaslight and lie on my name and then expect me to have a calm reaction. That's your entitlement. But you've gone on your live and spoke about people's kids and people being called strippers because people didn't like the way you handled a case. But when you're coming for my heritage, I can't be a bit uppity or I can't have an issue or an opinion. That is crazy.
But who's coming at your heritage? I ain't.
Hayley came for my heritage, and that's when I said I didn't go into a hate live. I spoke up 3 times on people's lives instead of doing my own, where you spoke on my heritage, but you were crying about how you handled a fucking case. But my whole heritage, the woman that just fucking passed away, my granny, who was literally bred and born me into being a Guyanese girl. I'm not Guyanese. I don't speak to my family in Guyana, and I just talk shit.
I'm not allowed to speak to say what I meant. So you carry on.
I'm muted for ages. You just went on pause to text someone.
Right, all I'm going to say is on that situation, right, Hayley got dragged for the stuff that she did. A lot of people...
I'm not talking about that, Alex. I'm not London.
No, yeah, but all I'm going to say is I'm not... Okay, you can talk about your heritage, of course you can. You know what I mean? And no one's digging you out for it. But what I'm saying to you is, that whole situation, she got dragged and she got made out to be a scam artist. And then when all that got debunked, instead of people going, you know what, let's hold our hands up now, people was going, oh yeah, but she did this, I didn't agree with this.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Instead of actually saying, you know what, people say we can all be adults and hold our hands up and say, you know, admit fault. In that situation, there's people that could have gone live and gone, you know what, I made a mistake. Hayley, I'm sorry I called Hayley a scam artist, but I still don't agree with what she did here. But that wasn't the case.
But that's not me.
No,
It's not me. So I don't get why you're all putting it on me.
No, I'm not putting it on you. I'm just saying this is the reason why all that escalated. You know, the arguments amongst people trying to talk about
because
serious.
they started.
It's not the defence though, Alex. That's what I mean. You can't.
Wait, so because they started, I'm responsible. I had a criminology perspective. That's all I had with Hayley. We have the same fucking degree, and I'm Guyanese. So the case that she was talking about, I'm obviously, pop off. The case she was talking about, I'm obviously having an opinion. So now, yet again, you're all putting me in the same narrative as every other fucking black girl, and this is what winds me up. Alex, you don't want to be put onto something, and then you're sitting there doing it, but I can't.
No, you're free to do whatever you want. Of course you are.
So what's the difference then? I'm so confused.
You're confused.
Who do you agree with, Alex? Because it's giving confusion.
And what part of the Hayley page you think?
Yeah.
I agree with
there is no right or wrong. We just went for each other, and that's the end of it.
Alex, can I say something for a second? I don't think it's, and I'm not trying to go against you, baby, because I know we've had bickers in the past, but I don't think it's fair when he's holding the platform for everybody to talk and have this discussion to say you have to pick a side. He's been fine with Paige and Hayley.
No, I call this live a halfway point. Okay. He has a lot of different people in his comments.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's literally what an FYP page is about, and you're putting him on the spot in front of 3,500
Baby, the thing is, I've been labelled racist.
But not by me.
When you
all stop putting it on
racist.
me. The only one that come over and had an actual conversation, because you don't like how loud my mouth is. I'm not shouting, which is another thing. We'll ignore
Paigey, honestly, Paigey, this is what I'm trying to get. You're saying that no one labelled me racist, but you did.
I didn't. I said I didn't label you explicitly racist. I said you've had microaggressive racism. You've said microaggressive racist things that made me feel uncomfortable. We've had combos about it, Alex. Me and you ourselves before.
But that's you labelling me a racist.
Alex, you agreed yourself. I'm sorry. Going back 6 months back.
But what?
We'll see. They may not need to be here. But who the fuck was here for Paige Joss?
But I'm saying I didn't sit there and say you dislike black people. And even Devin said you're not racist. But I'm saying in that live, I kept saying it is not about Alex. They all had a go at me this morning for letting you up in the first place. But I'm the one that called you racist. But I'm getting the stick for you being in my box too. Make it make sense. Come on.
But take it up on the people that are giving you grief, not the other people.
I did, Alex. So why are you taking it up with me, with the people that are giving you grief?
I'm taking it up on you because I'm the one being labelled. My name's being mentioned.
Alex, so was I. So was I this morning, but I didn't have a go at you. I ain't coming here saying how.
Yeah, but that's fair enough. You can go on your platform and scream about it exactly like I'm doing on my platform.
No, you didn't get what I just said. I didn't take it up with you. What other people put onto me about you being.
No, but I've watched you slag me off.
If you think that's slagging off, then bloody hell, mate. You can't, like, what the fuck?
You call me. You basically. Do you know what? Blaster's gonna put it all out there. You basically
put it out there, Alex. I don't think I care. First of all, we're not partners. We're not lovers. We're not nothing. So it doesn't really matter what our stance is, type thing.
Okay.
Like, it's not that deep. You can have an opinion on me and it not be slagging off because it's your opinion. I'm so baffled. Like, what do you think this is?
Calling me a wrong-un is basically the same.
When did I call you a wrong-un? Half your people. I said your chat. Half your chat because you don't have a team.
Yeah,
one of the main things I did say is you don't have a solid team for yourself. A lot of your people that come from where you've gone and done this and that and everywhere else, and there's loads of hate in your life. So whether you act like a wrong-un or not is not the point. It's the point of the discussion was the racism that black people have just endured. But yet again today, it's all about Alex, it's all about Angie, it's all about everyone but people of colour who have literally heard EQ sit there and scream the N-word. And I love that for us. I love that we can have one full day by actually having a conversation about racism instead of it going everyone else. No wonder Seats left. He left because he likes pussy, darling. Can
I just refresh people's memory as well? Alex made an AI on Marcel.
Yeah, I did.
Paige, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, because I'm tired. I need to go.
Was that racist as well? Because I showed people the what I typed in AI to show what I did.
Alex,
it was fucking disgusting, Alex.
So okay then, because it come out as a skinny black man, right? No. What?
Can't say that. No.
You're not asking me though, are you, Alex? Because stop asking me everything.
I think you know what? At the end of the day, you two both had your back and forth. But why are we unearthing this now? Have you two not sorted your issues out?
This is what
You're
I'm trying
Marcel.
to say. Alex has a problem
Come
with
on,
me.
man. Let's stop unearthing old
I
shit.
don't-
Nah. Do you know what? I'm going to answer this now because it's going to make everyone look very stupid, right?
Okay.
You know, you think it is funny, isn't it? You know what? Because I put that in a thingy, and I showed the video that come up with Marcel.
I brought it up.
Yeah, okay, you brought it up. Did you see what Marcel did? The lives on me. He typed in fat white man, white man, yeah, and he showed Michelin man. He was going fat white guy. I hate fat white people that come onto this platform talking about racism. That's what Marcel said. He doesn't like fat white people.
I don't get along with Marcel. I don't talk to him. So what has that got to do with me, Alex?
It got brought up. It got brought up. No.
He brought it up. Wait. Don't shout. Too.
I'm not shouting.
Baby A just asked. Sorry, T. Let me just
No,
ask
go on, my boy. Yeah, go on.
Paige, when you were just up here a minute ago, did you feel attacked?
No, I felt gaslit. I don't feel attacked like I'm scared. I can't really be bullied, but was I gaslit? Yeah, 100%. And was there narratives being put on purpose, knowing what the narratives been put out there? 100%. This is what happens when you can run a cult though and have a big following and a big background. Of course, the thing is with you people, if this person, let's just use the comments for instance. If Hayley likes me, you're not going to love me. If Hayley hates me, you're not going to hate me. And that's what you've been saying. So I know the narratives and I don't really care because it's TikTok. Do you get it? If Hayley likes me, you're not going to love me. That's literally it. Like, I don't feel attacked, but I do feel like Hayley's comment, for instance, you spoke of my daughter, you in a negative way, but then admitted that she wasn't in the live. So she didn't know what my narrative was talking to her daughter.
But she's going to listen. But she's going to listen to her people. If someone
exactly, thank you. Yes, Alex. Exactly.
This is why receipts are important.
Yeah,
people, man.
but this is what we're trying to say. If someone from Hayley's community that she trusts has said to her, obviously she's going to take it as gospel. She might not know the context. That's life. That's TikTok. We do that all the time.
No, it's not TikTok because people cry when she does it to her.
Well, she's entitled to feel a certain way.
Found out. Oh my god, the selectiveness is crazy. And if you
don't even talk about selectiveness.
If you can't do a selective based on our friends, mate, that's crazy because context happen the same way. You're asking for context over a word.
I don't talk.
People are asking for context over a child who is not here no more.
No, don't talk. No,
it's wild.
No, we're not talking about. We're not talking about context because context is never.
You just said context.
No, we're not talking about context no more. Context isn't key. You know what I mean?
Have a great day. Have a great day. Enjoy your day. Have the days you deserve. I'm gonna just continue being the cute, loud, pretty girl I am. Like you can't stand. Kiki, you love me when Hayley loves me. Shut your mouth. It's hilarious. Just have a really good day, Alex. Stop whinging. I'm not Devon. I can't answer the questions you want me to answer. I'm sorry. I actually can't. I don't know what you want from me, but I'm actually not Devon, and I got cussed out for you being in my box also today.
But that doesn't that show?
Paige, when you go over there, Paige, maybe ask Devon to come over here.
Maybe don't that show though.
Come over there and Alex go over there. They don't want to speak to each other. So what do you want me to do?
Don't that show a lot though that about control. People jumping on you for not standing up because they didn't agree with something.
They didn't like how I handled things, and they're allowed to as well. I'm allowed to not be liked, Alex. People are allowed to have an opinion that's negative on me.
But why get called out on live if they're your friends?
And that's exactly the combo I had with them.
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah, and I've had it without screaming or making someone go, oh, by the way, you don't like this person, don't like that, or making up lies.
If you're calling out your friends on live, right, for an argument, it just shows that they're not really bothered about the situation. They're more bothered about, trying to...
They're not bothered about the situation, or they're more bothered about the situation and less bothered about the friendship, Alex.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's probably the best.
No, it's not the same thing. Maybe he's more bothered about racism than he is about my friendship, and that's okay.
I disagree with the situation.
I prefer it to be like that, to be honest.
No, but I'd agree on that situation because at the end of the day, he sat with me he sat me in boxes with me while I was on the Congolese Alex account and never said anything.
Okay, but then that's not me yet again. Back to it being not me.
No, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? This is why.
You can just say, but don't say to me, please.
But you was pulled up by him. That's what I'm trying to say.
I was pulled up by multiple.
Well, that's the only but that's the only person I've seen because it was done on.
Okay, but that's the only person. That's fine for you. What has that got to do with me?
Are you not listening? I'm saying that the only person I've seen pull you up was Devin in that situation on a platform, and that's the reason why. That's why I mentioned it.
Jan, I love your denim skirt, Jan. It's really cute. I love it. I love the little slit at the front. It's really adorable. Sorry, I can't help it. Alex, you like to go in and troll. in real serious situations. And I think it's crazy that you won't even allow people's opinions to have a little troll when this is not serious. Racism is a lot more serious than you being called something that from one person that you said you don't even like or care about was not relevant. Do you understand what I mean? Like, there's real serious things going on. Like the DMs, I'm gonna give me like your Insta or something, or even a burner, and I'll show you, Alex, the past 24 hours, because I was speaking about Evil Queen. I'll show you the comments that I've got in my DMs.
What?
Yeah, and accounts as well. Let me actually show you though, because that's why people get upset. What you're not realizing is, I get it, and you can, because even certain people, I can handle your jokes yesterday, but when people are getting more at that one time, or you're getting your trauma's being dragged out, and you're getting thinking, Nanny K, who cares about racism and DMs? Wow, Nanny K, that is crazy. Not shocked, not surprised, but it's still terrible.
Hi, Alex. Can I just speak?
Yeah, carry on.
I'm of mixed race, and I'm born in Liverpool. I'm of mixed race, and all this racism, I get called Dolly Mixture. I love it. I take it as a term of endearment. I've been on your lives, never had any racism against me. I think some people just take it as a chip on the shoulder sometimes.
I agree. Some people can feel offended, and that's up to them as well, as like I said. But when people are saying that they're talking about as a whole the black community, and that's never true, because you can only speak about you as an individual, because how your experiences are. Everyone's experience as a black person must be different. You know what I mean?
How am I being too sensitive? This is crazy. Yeah, 100%. Exactly, Alex. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't offended necessarily. I understood exactly what everyone in that box was saying about what you do and the joke and why it's not appropriate. I understood. However, just because I understand doesn't mean I also have to take offence. And I didn't take offence. So I don't get why when I've come in here, all of your little comments, and you called me this, you called me that, it's not been the point at all. That's not been all day I've been screaming, can we get back to EQ? All day. I did the live yesterday about EQ. So I'm really confused as why everyone's putting everything on me. You say that I'm not the face of racism, but yet you're all asking me 100 questions about every black person on the app. I don't get it. I don't understand, Alex.
Do you know the reason why? It's because you're the only person that come over from that live. That's the reason why.
No, even in the other live I was getting at them.
I'm not raising my voice, yeah? Come on.
I'm not raising Alex, listen, I've got a very projective voice. I'm a very performative girl. Nothing to do with my race. I'm a performative person. Yeah, I've got a loud voice. If you want me to shout and show you shouting, because this is not shouting, I'm just being I'm passionate. I've just got my mouth's loud anyway. I can't physically turn down my decibels on my natural speaking voice. And if you don't like it, won't get over it. Do you know what I mean? Comment just turn your phones down for a minute. If you don't like me talking, just turn your phone down or leave. That's it. And all you people tell me to control my attitude. None of you are fucking feeding my financing me. Why do you all think you can tell me how to be?
Paige, you've gone from you don't care about the comment section to answering every single comment against them.
I will answer all of them because the entitlement of me. I'm allowed to answer.
Yeah, but you obviously
doesn't
are.
mean I care. Doesn't mean if I cared, I'd click off the app, Alex, and cry. I'm allowed to answer and have a bit of fun with them. Am I not? Sorry, I'll ignore them. I won't have no fun then. During the midst of severe racism and height of being trolled to fuck in your comments, I won't even have a little bit of fun with them, Alex, like you do.
Paige, at the end of the day, you've brought racism to Alex's page, which is not about that. I've sat in this page for over a year. I've never felt uncomfortable. I've always felt comfortable in this live.
Wait, can I?
Torian.
Wait, am I echoing?
No,
hi guys.
I can hear you.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I think everyone just stay like Alex and Paige. Let them sort it. I feel like you see when people start adding their 2 pence piece and whatever, it just becomes a worse situation. I think Alex is more than capable of bringing his argument across and talking to Paige, and I'm sure Paige, I just feel like when more people get involved, Alex, yeah, it just gets worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bigger picture here is dirty EQ. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this argument is dumb. Paige and Alex can sort it out themselves. They don't need backative from the crowd and to start their bullshit and to add their, because then it becomes something else. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what it is, Torian, though, as well? I understand that sometimes, not from my community, but there is people that from other lives that will come in trying to mix it up and stuff. Not people that support me, because that's people are going to support who they choose to. Paige was a little bit right earlier. Well, she was right earlier when she said if me and Paige was getting along, my community would probably warm to her. You know what I mean? That happens on the app. We see it all the time, right? But what I'm saying is that whole situation that happened in that live, and they were saying, but that wasn't being said. It was being 100% said, and I'm just saying that people have come over to my live, and even people that I've seen in my chat don't really like me, and I've seen them that slag me off in other lives and said, you know what, I don't like you, Alex, but I can't abide by what's being said. It's bullshit. It's all lies. It's no narratives that have been spun over here, saying that people saying, but you haven't been labelled racist. But I asked her a question: is microaggression racism? And then she's gone, yeah. And I said, you've called me microaggressive racist, so you're calling me racist, are you not? Simple as.
No, so you can say something that's microaggressively racist, you know, not be inherently racist. Like, I don't know, Alex, I've said it to you 100 times. Kids in school, like, hear this more. You can say, I could say something right now inherently, like, I'm sorry, microaggressively racist or stereotypical, and just because I've said it doesn't mean that I am an inherent racist.
But you said I've said it multiple times, so if you believe I've said it...
In lives, and if I really hated it or thought you were like,
why isn't anybody getting onto EQ?
I wouldn't have had
because
she's
the worst.
No,
Shut up, Rihanna.
Why is it no one getting? Shut up. No. When people say why isn't no one getting on EQ, that's not the case. People are getting onto EQ, but unfortunately, not everyone is gonna get onto EQ. So there's only a small portion of people that are holding lives, and some of them are not big creators, Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? Paige done a whole live yesterday. I've done lives. MJs have done lives. Everyone's done lives. But
don't get me wrong, I take
to do the live. It's not always up to us to talk
exactly.
about
I don't
it,
think you're racist inherently, Alex. No, like I said, I could have said something now in my mouth that has been microaggressive. It doesn't mean you're inherently racist. You can say something like microaggressive. You can say something smexist, for instance, yeah, and not be completely misogynistic. You can say a sentence or be triggered and say a sentence, and it doesn't make you misogynistic.
Well, what I'm going to say on this is I love the body I'm in, and I don't care whether I'm mixed race. And no matter what somebody says, I'm still happy in me. And I think everybody is mixed race or different coloured should feel the same.
I love myself.
Says. Right, Alex, I'm going to drop.
Thank you, Rihanna.
So is Rihanna right, Alex? Did I bring all this racism to your life?
No, to be fair, I was come to in you, so that's...
Oh, okay, Rihanna. So I think I know
is Devon still live, Paige?
Thank you, Rihanna, mate.
So I feel like Devon should be here as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all...
Yeah, 100%. Where's my
not on the back of Devon, but it's all started from Devon. Like, obviously, he's more upset. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like he should be here.
Is this your car?
Yeah, I only came here to say Courtney didn't do blackface. I don't like it when people do too much in his combos and take it away from what it was. Jamaican Courtney was a thing, and she got spoken about for that 100%. But it was about the blackface thing.
But do you not agree that the comments that Devon was saying was embarrassing? Did you not pull him? Why did none of you pull him up?
I don't think a black man having his own direct opinion on racism or how it's been. Can I finish, Alex? Please?
Sorry,
you do this to me every time.
You do it as well.
I don't think, as a black man, if he's got an opinion or an issue with you and how you've handled things and in rooms to do with racism, I don't think me as anyone has the right to sit there and say you're embarrassing. No, I don't find him embarrassing.
Okay, can I ask?
I didn't find you embarrassing when you was in my box.
Can I give you the reason why that I believe it was embarrassing? My opinion was the fact is that he's the difference between Congolese Alex and Jamaican Courtney. His response was that the reason why he didn't find it offensive to Courtney is because she sits in black spaces. That is basically the same comment as my friend can't be racist because she's got black relatives. Exactly the same comment.
I don't even know. I know what he meant. I can't want to explain it, but he meant it was more in the terms of when you make effort to understand and learn and be there around black people and be like not culturally inappropriate. He's saying that's more of a lie. That come out of his mouth, not mine. I think I don't really care if he was Jamaican Courtney or Congolese Alex. I don't care. To me, and if EQ was to do it as a heavy racist, fucking up, that's ridiculous. That to me, I've got bigger issues. There are people being unalive because of the colour of their skin. Do you understand? You being Congolese Alex does not mean anything to me, Alex. That's me and my opinion.
And another thing that was said was, because I said Wagwan, that is Jamaican black terminology. That's wrong as well. Also, is it? Surely it's not. There's white Jamaicans. There's one on here that fixes his cars from Jamaica.
Yeah, but you're not what you're saying. I get what you're saying 100%, but you sound like Andy because what you're saying is 100% correct. If you was a white Jamaican. But you're not a white Jamaican.
Yeah, so but you reference it to colour. That's what I'm saying. You reference it to colour.
No, I'm asking you. He's saying you didn't just say Wagwan in a random space. We're talking about heavily severe racism, and specifically where Laura Swearingen gets consistently put down for saying Bomber Clark, Wagwan, etc., etc. Like you said, context. So in that live where we're talking about that, where Laura gets thingied for that, and he obviously felt a type of way in terms of how you were saying it. Are you a white Jamaican?
No, it wasn't said like that. We watched the live.
No, I'm asking you, are you a white Jamaican?
No, of course I'm not. But like I said,
when you're
referencing... No, but you're referencing to patois to being black.
Alex, we're not. We're referencing patois to the topic of conversation where Laura was bullied for saying wagwan and bumba. That's who we were talking about with EQ. That's the whole live, yeah?
We watched it, we came to it.
He thought you was taking the piss, is what I'm saying. You didn't come into a random live and say it. You've said it at the point of where she's getting mocked.
Paige.
Because I'm playing, I was saying bumba, and that's why you obviously thought you was mocking it.
Paige.
Whether you was or not.
Yeah. Sorry, Paigey, wait, sorry. Alex, can you rise up Kenzina's mum? Because she's actually Jamaican, so I think it's good to hear from someone that's actually from Jamaica, if that makes sense. Sorry, Paige, go on, carry on. She was trying to get in the box.
But yeah, for me, I didn't care about that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when it felt like you was taking the mick because of the topic of convo, not who can say wagwan or not, or who's allowed to say it. It's about what was being talked to at the moment. Laura was getting attacked for saying bumba, and in the video EQ like bumba wagwan. And so when we're having a serious convo and you've come in and said that, maybe it looks to others, Alex. Do you see what I'm saying? That you were taking the piss out of Laura and the situation. Not that you can never say it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I understand, and I said that earlier. I understand what you're saying. You're valid for that, but your argument was lost when you did the same to Angie.
I didn't have that argument though, Alex.
No, but you was in the box and everyone was discussing race.
I was in the box, but I was on mute, mate. I was talking about Angie and Pal.
Paigey, I'm just talking here, right? You're trying to... I don't know why you're trying to speak over me. All I'm saying is, when you're coming at me saying about, oh yeah, well, not you yourself, but people saying the argument was, it was an important conversation to have, Alex coming in, cracking jokes and all this stuff, right? Is the same thing that happened when everyone was talking about racism in the live just a minute ago, and you started then talking about Angie's hygiene, dusty knickers, laughing at her...
Angie said I don't like
no, yeah, I know, but and then you're laughing about a dog on the live-in.
Yeah, because she's laughing about my kids and laughing about when she was talking about my... But
that's the same thing that I'm getting destroyed.
It's not, because I'm black, Alex, and I'm affected by the racism, mate. So when she's coming in, I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, you this and that. I'm not going to come for Angie or her skin like she's coming for mine. All I can do back, Alex, because I'm not racist, is come for everything else around it. What are you not getting about that? No one's saying you can't have a joke, but how is selectiveness when we're the people of colour? And this is crazy. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Because this is the thing. You want me to come back to Angie and talk about her skin then? Because you came in saying, Paigey, her first line, but you hate white people. I'm probably going to get banned now. You hate this, you hate that. So...
But I'm white and I was popping jokes, you know what I mean?
Do you know what, Hardy Bob, everyone else? Next time Angie comes in cussing my skin, because I can't talk about her, so I'm going to stay quiet. I won't come for a dog or a hygiene like all of you do every day on the app. For no reason. No, when Angie's not brought up nothing to do with you lot, you're all talking about her pissy pants. So next time Angie's racist and calls me racist and says F my white mum and my dad's not a nice black man, all of this lot, I'll ignore it for you lot, okay? I promise.
Kenzina's mum?
Hi.
Hello.
Am I echoing?
Nah.
Okay. So yeah, Alex, feel free to address anything that you've heard me say this morning, and we can have a conversation about it.
Okay. What is your predominant issue with me regarding what you've seen last night or previously?
Okay. So my issue that I was explaining earlier is a lot of people use microaggressions when communicating with us. A lot of people appropriate our culture, and why it's offensive is because I'm sure you know, like, we go through a lot, in terms of being black, being Jamaican, etc., etc. So sometimes, like we said yesterday, there's a time and a place in it, and it seems like when we're having serious discussions about things that we're affected by, and you know, like when I'm saying affected, I mean like really traumatized by things that have happened racially to us throughout our lives. Microaggressions at work, microaggressions when we go shopping, like, you know what I mean? It's all the same thing. So when you display that pattern of behavior, and we've addressed it with you already, like I was the one that addressed you calling yourself Congolese Alex, and you didn't respond to me but chose to have banter with other people in the comments, I left it. So then yesterday when I saw you, right, and I have got the screenshots of this, I had put in the comments in response to something like KMT. Yeah. And then you very shortly after put such and such makes me KMT. Yeah. And I looked at it and I thought, maybe I'm overreacting. And then you proceeded to then use like patwa in your language, like when you were talking. And then when you did come up on the stage, you said, Wagwan, my sisters, right? Yeah. Now, if it was a different situation where like you like are all just chilling and just having like, you know, your normal conversations and that's fine. But you see, because it was about racism, clearly black and brown people who experience racism, with that racism comes something called trauma. The same way if you go through domestic abuse, you are left with trauma. The same way if you lose a parent or a child, you are left with trauma. You get what I'm saying? It's no different. So all I'm saying is, when we say to you, that is hurting us, or do you know what I mean? Can you stop? Rather than try and do the whole banter stuff, to say, you know what? Yeah, let me just listen. I apologize. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, you was there for numbers for Paige yesterday, which to be fair, while she was in the box, you did keep your mouth quiet, like for majority of the time. But it was the comments, like, do you know what I mean? For me, that's triggering.
Yeah, but the comments before I got into the box do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. I'd come in the live and I was writing the comments, you know, just having a little joke. And the thing is, right, I didn't know. Obviously, I knew the situation was about EQ because it said on the sign. But then when I jumped into the box, the conversation was dying down. It's on the Observer. You can watch it yourself. Like, it obviously, I don't know what went on beforehand and what was mentioned before. But when I got into when I got into the box, obviously I cracked a joke. And obviously, and then afterwards, when someone, I think it was Little Nutty, no, it weren't. It was Hazel, weren't it? Sorry, Hazel. Hazel said, you know, she don't find it funny because at the end of the day, it's a serious situation. And after that, I was quiet because I took someone's feelings into account. You know what I mean? So you can't come at me. Yeah, the situation, you can come at me. Of course you can. If someone found it offensive as an individual, you can come at me for it, of course. But when everyone's dragging me and saying, oh yeah, but Alex this, Alex that, and bringing up stuff from the past, but then sat with me in boxes while I was on. Devon sat in boxes with me on the Congolese account. And I've nothing to say.
Okay, but did I?
Yeah, I don't know. You said it in the chat. I don't know.
I addressed you. That's what I'm saying, Alex. When you came in with that Congolese Alex account, I added you and I said, Alex, that is so offensive. There is a G-side happening in Congo right now. Talk about that. And you ignored me, but you continued the banter with everybody else. And that's the only point that I'm trying to make, right? You can't keep saying, we care about racism and anti-racist and blah, blah, blah. But then when black voices start speaking, you all start getting defensive and want to tell us how to think and feel and approach. And at the end of the day, Alex, I've kept it very respectful. You probably don't remember me, but I remember you from way back last year, when I first came to the app, because we connected, because we're both from Birmingham. You get what I'm saying? Yep. So I was following her. But when certain things were going on the app and whatever, like from last year, and I weren't happy, I've took myself away and I've removed myself. You get it? So there's no one in this room that can say, I sit with EQ, or I sit with you, or I do this, or I do that. I keep it moving for the simple fact, I'm telling you, I am traumatized by racism, whether it is macroaggressions, microaggressions, whether it's covert racism, overt racism. I don't care what it is. Like, you get me? This is my real experience, and I have done my very best to just stay away from all of you. But enough is enough. Like, you know, like one thing I've said, or a couple of us have said yesterday, and look where we are today. I don't understand, Alex, why you couldn't have just come over to Devon's live and, like, you know what I mean? Because I find Devon to be quite diplomatic. You two could have had this conversation from this morning. Okay. But instead, on TikTok, we decide to run up a cam too in our safe space, because, like, this is your platform. It's wrong. So this is your safe space.
You got it wrong straight away. This is what I mean, Kenzino's mum. I think this is where you don't understand. I was already live. I was live, doing my live, and someone said, you know, there's a live going on about you. And these will all tell you, there was all in my live. So I said, who's talking about me? And then they told me, Nutty. And that's when, that was early. And then they said, Devon's live. Nutty's talking about you. Devon's live or something. And then I went over to watch it. I didn't fire up a live for it. I was already live. I was actually cam 2 in Angie before people was telling me about Devon's live. You know what I mean?
Oh, you lot are snowflakes. Which means you lot, as in you lot in the live now. Bunny, you're more concerned about you lot than the N-word. You crazy little buggers. You cheeky buggers.
And you know what? Fair enough, Alex. If you were live before and that's how it happened, that's okay. But you see, like, because I deliver this training called cultural competency to predominantly white organisations, if they came to me with this scenario, I would have said to you, Alex, right? I understand that you were live, yeah, but because you are anti-racist, yeah, and you can hear that these group of black people have been a little bit hurt and offended by some of the things that have been said, I would have said, you know what, I'm going to end my life and I'm going to go over there. I wouldn't have sat here and cam-tooed it. Do you know what I mean? Because then it's just escalating. Because respectfully, people came in and told us that you were cam-tooing and whatever, but we never cam-tooed you. Like, we carried on talking just up until, like, what, about half an hour ago? Hence why I'm here. I promised myself I would never come back on these stages again, you get it? But at the same time, I do feel like my voice needs to be heard, because if you haven't been watching the comments, soon as I came in here, majority of the comments, soon as I said something, called me a bully, called me this, called me that, like, it's nonsense.
The thing is, that you know that happens on TikTok. Like I said, if I come over to one of your lives, if you was hosting a live and you had a support, I'd get jumped on. It's happened many times. I remember back in the day sorry, I don't know your room, so I can't really comment. But all I'm saying is, like when Paige used to go live, me and Paige was having a little bit of back and forth. I used to go in there and got absolutely ruined in the comments. You know, that's just how TikTok is. When you've got support, you've got support. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that way. Yeah, not last night I did, because we've been kind of like, you know.
So can you stop saying about my live then? Because all your people that are coming for me, win. I didn't have a problem with you, and I actually stuck up for you today. This was pissing me off. It's actually winding me up, because I got, even Kenzina's mum said, oh, about you being in the live, everyone else, that's fine, but I still had you in there. But yeah, I'm the one that dislikes YT people. No, keep them on. I want them to understand. I'm confused by their behaviour, Alex. Because even when I came in here, you was like, page this, page that, and I was like, everything you're saying that I've said is what Devon said, and I'm not Devon. I don't get what you want me to do.
Yeah, the only reason...
There's no need for me to go back and forth, and then you asking me questions about other black men. I can't answer them.
The only reason you're being... The only reason you're being mentioned, Paige, is because you...
Sorry, it takes me 20 minutes to get in.
Oh, it's all right. The only reason you're being asked these questions is because you're the only one from that live that came over.
No, but I only came over. I told you that. You don't need to ask me when I came over for a specific reason. I don't think it was okay that people were saying Courtney did blackface. Because you're the one that would say, like, in these lives, everyone's going, oh, Paigey and all these other people, they make... Robert, just because you do that to your dad, not to mine. Just because you lot... You say to us.
Paigey,
you say to me, though, I always them, yeah? And I always make big things out of nothing, and it's not that, it's not that. Well, imagine now when we're not sitting here and someone's not actually done blackface. It's like people wanted me to be quiet. But we could have run on it if we cared about... If we was race baiting like everyone says... We could have run on that and been like, Courtney, how dare you run up the lives? But that's not what happened. People had a conversation in our group about her name. It got deleted. Same way with yours. But she actually got told publicly and privately by her friends and educated, yeah? And was like, sorry. But no one did blackface. That's why I came over here, because I don't think it's fair, yet again, for the same type of people, when they've lied about me and lied about things I've said, when she hasn't done blackface. That's the only reason I came over here.
Okay, here's one. Do you recall? Remember back in the day when you? Do you know when when I hosted a live before, and obviously I allowed everyone to speak, and there was a racism thing that happened before, and I let you all come in my live and talk, you know, because everyone was saying there's no crowd that's allowing black people to come up in their boxes and speak. Do you not recall? Miss Red was off the app at the time. Do you remember that live? And I allowed you, and you and Devon was arguing about coming up, and I said I'm only going to let you all in one by one because I didn't want it to kind of be overwhelming for everyone. Remember that live? Yeah, there was 4K people in the live, right? I hosted a live for allow the black community to come in and to say their feelings, right? After that live, there was multiple lives, and I was getting run from pillar to post, getting slagged off, saying, why is there a white man hosting a live on racism? It's disgusting. This is the problem, and
you should have called me in. But you didn't call me in.
But that's a lie, Alex. That is a whole lie. We never said that it was disgusting.
I never said it. I never said it was you. I never said it was you.
No, but I'm saying,
why didn't you call me up, Alex? Why didn't you message me or share me the lives when You said you've allowed people of colour to come into your life.
Because it's easy.
And I would
It's easy though, isn't it? It's easy.
It's
It's easier just to brush over it and just move on with your life than keep bringing up the same thing over and over again, because then it becomes a content.
No, at the time, they were saying this.
Because you know what it is with me. I don't care. I move on from situations on the app all the time, and do you know the reason why I do is because the more we keep bringing up topic, the actual importance of the initial thing that we're talking about gets overlooked. So while we're talking about petty people, no, but I'm just mentioning it now. You said the reason why.
But why then? I don't get it. If you're saying it takes it away now, if you didn't bring it up then, if you just shared the lives and people are saying why isn't white men discussing racism, I'd have happily come in and said spaces should be there for all and everyone is inclusive.
But this is the thing.
But
it did get mentioned before. But it got mentioned before on a live.
I don't know who said it, Alex. I don't know who said it, so how can I have an opinion on that?
But it got mentioned before. Multiple people have said it.
Not in my life, it's never been mentioned. I promise.
No, it's not
in my life, Alex.
Remember?
Oh my God, I'm not.
No one come to me in my life and said, "Why was you?"
I'm not mentioning your life. This is what I mean. You keep making it about yourself.
But you're saying it to me. I don't get. So are you asking me my opinion? I don't get what you're asking. Why you're basing it to me? This is why I'm genuinely being serious. I'm confused.
Carry on. What you saying, Kenzie and Asman?
Have you finished, Paige?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Alex, what I was saying is nobody weren't saying, how can this white man be holding lives about us? And what we actually said was, because we clocked the behavior, the pattern of behavior very quickly, was we were saying, how can we be having these debates about racism in spaces that are predominantly white, that are unsafe for black people to hold their opinion? Because if you remember, around about that time, every time we tried to come up and speak, like we'd get your life would get disconnected and whatever not, because people would just be reporting, do you know what I mean? So when we say, why don't you come over to our spaces? Like I mentioned earlier, I run an extremely safe space on this app, you get me? Like in terms of, we don't take no nonsense from nobody in the comments, yeah? And it may be because I've got a much smaller platform, so it's easier to manage. But the point is, when we look at the bigger picture and we're talking about wider issues in relation to racism, institutions and systems, we're just saying, like, come over here. Why do we always have to come over here? Like, it's burning me to even be in space today.
But why though? Why do you feel that way though, honestly?
Just because, like I said, when I first came in here and I made a comment, like, immediately get jumped on in it. And like I said earlier, because we have doesn't matter. We experience racism, and then when we come into these spaces and get attacked, it's okay for you to say, oh, when I get off the app, it doesn't affect me. But as we know, like with trauma, later on when I come off the app, like not necessarily me, but I'm just using it as an example. If I was traumatized or really affected by some of these comments today, when I come off the app, what am I going to be thinking about? I'm not only going to be thinking about the racism that I've experienced in this life, I'm going to be thinking about the racism I experienced when I went to the shop last week. I'm going to be thinking about the racism that I experienced when I was at school. I'm going to be thinking about the racism that my daughter experiences when she goes to work. Do you understand? So we're not trying to be offensive. And I think sometimes if we all just were able to have these conversations and put our egos to the side for a minute and not think about, oh, it has to be on my platform or we've got to have this many numbers, we would get a lot further.
Yeah, and I understand that, but unfortunately on Drama Talk, there's going to be no safe spaces. You know what I mean, Kenzo? I understand what you're saying, but unfortunately we're on Drama Talk. There is going to be no safe spaces round, no matter how you monitor it and that. And you can have the best hosts, but there's still going to be people that are coming in the lives and trying to make it, an unsafe place.
You're missing the point, Alex. You're missing the point. That's what I just said to you. I said I don't come over here because it's a safe space, but I'm in many other spaces on the app still talking about these topics. So what I'm saying to you is, maybe if you came out of your community 1 or 2 days a week and floated around in some other communities where you might feel uncomfortable because the majority is a black space and they're having conversations about their real life experience. experiences with YT people, maybe then you would understand what I'm trying to say.
I've been in a lot
Does
of
that
them
make
spaces.
sense? Like, we're not saying like you get me, like.
I'm known from the debate lives, you know what I mean, Kenzino's mum. I'm known from the debate lives. I'm known for being in multiple different spaces, but I'm building my own platform. You won't see me in many rooms. I don't really go in many rooms. I pop in Miss Reds and I'll pop in Luke's now and again.
Exactly. That is the nail on the head. And this isn't a diss to you, Alex, right? But like, you get me, like, I study people, like, and this is the behavior that we're witnessing on this app, right? People get their community, they get a certain number of followers, and then their ego tells them, because we are all driven by ego, just some people's ego is bigger than others, but your ego will tell you, I have to just stay on my community and I have to be live every day because that's how the algorithm works. But all I just said to you is, why don't you take 1 or 2 days off and go and wander? And you've just said, oh, I used to do that, but I can't do that now because my platform's so big. So what are we doing?
No, it's not about being big, and it ain't about having an ego, mate. All it's about really is about my people wanting me to be live and me interacting with them, because that's what this app's about. It's about building a platform, building your own space, and somewhere you find comfortable. So like-minded people come in and interact with you. That's what TikTok is. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. It's not about egos and stuff like that. Not in my eyes anyway.
When you were cool yesterday, and you come in going nuts about me.
This is my point. You've just exactly what you said is the hypocrisy of it. Like, we were fine and cool as, like, you know, a TikTok friendship on this app. Like, we could be around to have debate. But when I've come in here, you just quote, like you said, you don't want everyone to stick it on you, or this happens around you, or when something happens, it gets put on you, and it's like your comments aren't you. But when I've just come in here, between you and the comments, but you've all just been like, oh, what do you think about this and what do you think about that then? Like, I'm not Devon. All I could come in to say was my things I wanted to say, and then I'm getting, well, you spoke about my kid, and like all of this kind of stuff is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I also understand, but then when you're digging out people around Eva Queen, then it's the same situation as... they haven't said the comments, but you're digging them out around her.
No, I'm digging them out because they purposely, Alex, like, come over to my space.
I agree, though. I agree.
Like, no, the thing is, I'm not digging out all evils. Okay, so you know the ones that come in, like, I don't go around them. Like, I leave them to be. You know the ones that purposely put themselves in your face. Like, they want to be your mate, they want to be your savior, they're coming. These people have been asking me to do, like, live on racism, but then obviously thinking it's safe for me, but then I now know you're that close to Evil Queen that you're going to have her in your platform. So is it a safe space?
But I called that out last night in your live.
I didn't say that about you. I think everyone's forgetting in the comments, it was my fucking box Alex was in last night.
And I'm the one that called it out last night, if you recall what I said in the box.
No, you're not getting it. If I had a problem with what you said... Oh, you think I'm scared of you, Alex? Really? Do you think I'm scared of you? Do you not think if I had a big problem, I'd have not called you out in the box last night?
Who's mentioning being scared? I know you're not scared of me. I don't want anyone.
No, as in, why would I not have said it to you in the? You know how I talk.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is, I addressed that. What you've just said there is right, and I addressed it last night. Word for word.
No, Alex, I'm talking about now when Devon and that was calling you racist.
You're not listening. Yeah, but you're not listening.
No, you're not listening to my point. I'm talking about when they were calling you racist today.
Yeah, but you're not listening to what I was saying. I was trying to say what you've just said there. I agree with, because I brought it up last night, exactly the same what you're saying, and then you just jumped on me again saying, no, I'm on about now. I'm saying, no, I'm agreeing with you, because I brought it up last night in the live.
What, you brought up yesterday before it happened? I don't get what you mean.
No, last night when you talk about like people being associated with like Eva Queen and that, I'm the one that said last night, when you're rubbing shoulders with people that are meant to be anti-racist and they're supporting Eva Queen, you can't align with them sort of people. Because at the end of the day, if they're supporting a racist in your eyes, or... Someone's echoing.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about that, Alex. That's what I mean. It wasn't me not listening. I said today, I defended you today when people were saying, why was you in the box today when they were talking about it? So it wasn't me. Everyone's saying, please don't listen. That's not what I meant. I meant there was no need for us to have a back and forth and you stick everything that you've heard in other lives, what everyone else had in my head.
Hazel, come back up, please, Hazel, because you've got an echo, mate, when you're on mute. Can you come back up? Thank you, Sally.
That's what I just meant. Do you not get that?
Yeah, I do.
Like, it wasn't whatever Devon anyone else says, like, it's not me. I had a thing and I've explained the one thing I said to you, why I said it. And then there was no need for anything else around it, is my point.
Yeah, but while all this is going on now and people are just, having arguments and back and forth, Eva Queen's going to go live at 8 o'clock and, and just continue on with her life and,
Yeah, but she's going to go live. I've got a live at 9, but unless it's quiet, no one cares. I'm still going to talk about it, Alex. And that's another thing, like, just because you're saying no one's talking about it, please remember us smaller creators. who are talking about it, but not everyone sees it. You are friends with me, so that's the only reason you happened to fall through to my live yesterday, yeah? If you didn't actually follow me, you wouldn't have been, the FYP wouldn't have directed you towards me.
Hayley, Paige, I'm not friends with you.
You actually fancy me, so stop lying. This is really
we're not friends on the app, so I just happened someone said that you was talking about the situation. So
Alex, click my picture, Alex.
oh no, this wasn't the live you was on, though, was it?
It was two. I started with this one.
Yeah, the other one. The other one you weren't on there. Yeah,
you was in the comments.
I had a message saying that Paige's got a live in. That's why I chose to come in. It wasn't
Alex,
because you was friends.
We're friends on TikTok. Why are you trying to lie?
No, we're not. You know what, guys? I'm going to prove a point now. I'm going to put a post out. I'm not your friends on the.
Why is he trying to now?
One
be
second,
like,
guys.
I'm not friends with Paige.
No, yeah. I'm going to prove a point now. You're a liar.
Why is he doing that?
You're a liar. I'm going to prove a point.
You're a liar.
No, you're a liar.
Guys. No, wait, look. I can't even green screen in the second one. We're literally mates.
Only on this one account, on Paige Baby 3 and that. I'm not your friend. You're a liar.
I wasn't on the Page X3. I've been banned on that. I only got unbanned today, Alex.
No, but I didn't come in your live because we was friends. That wasn't the case. I didn't come across your live.
No, but you are friends with me because I didn't go live on my main. That wasn't the live I went live on.
Hello. Can anyone hear me? Sorry, I really haven't got long because like everyone, my house is wild. It's the holidays. I just wanted to say we spoke last night. I felt uncomfortable. I said it to you.
Yeah.
And we left it, right?
Yeah.
We said what we said and that was it.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So this is how it went down today, and this is the truth because it's coming from me. We was in Courtney's live and we was just having a random conversation and we was busting two jokes in that live.
Yeah.
Devon felt like I wasn't being stuck up for in that live that night, even though I handled myself. That was his feeling. So he mentioned it. We had the conversation in Courtney's live, and then we ended that live and ended up on my live. And I wanted him to carry on because he didn't get to finish what he was saying to how he felt. So I said, right, how do you feel about it? I'm going to stand with what I stand with yesterday. If we're in a serious live, for me, I just don't like the jokes. That's not saying we can't joke when it's not serious, but when it's a serious matter, I just don't like the jokes. And then it became a place where we just wanted to express how we felt. Then it kind of went a little bit left because of the friendship situation or whatever that situation was. I dropped my life. I came out, I said, we're not doing this on the app. Obviously, you was Cam2 at that time. But that's how it started. I weren't going to bring it up today because I said what I said to you yesterday.
Yeah, and that's fair. And after you addressed it and that, did you hear me or say anything afterwards or anything?
No.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, for me, you addressed how you feel. I took it on board and thought, you know what? Fair enough, I should take, you know what I mean? But then I just sat back. I said, I'll stay. If you want to drop me, Paige, drop me. But I'll stay in the box, so obviously it'll bring more people into the live, you know what I mean? And that's what it was.
Right, so it obviously got brought up today and we was just expressing how we was feeling, and it wasn't to try to take away from EQ because we spoke about EQ last night. As you are aware and know, if you go into the small spaces, we talk about racism, we talk about labellism, we talk about these things. We just haven't got a big enough platform to let our voices be heard. You know, I'm allowed to express how I feel, like you're allowed to express how you feel, and we can also agree to disagree on an app too. And no one should feel offended by the way that we feel about something, if that's how it's making us feel, because we've all got emotions.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Alex, your whole thing was like you didn't have an issue having a joke, yeah? That like let's just point the hypocrisy on this app. So the comments you had a comment and you made a joke, yeah?
Yeah.
And your people are saying, well, what's wrong with that? Whether it's such a serious topic about people calling someone the N-word or whatever, you're allowed a joke. Space it out. So then when I've made a joke in a less serious time of the room now, it's all being called out within the comments. That's my point, guys.
Yeah, but I was still getting branded. You need to understand that.
But I raised this because of a race situation. My point was, how is it now turned into a same situation of hypocrisy where I'm a person of colour, but you're allowed to make a joke and your people are backing you, is what I'm saying. Not what me and everyone else feels. Your people in this room are backing you, saying like, yeah, you can make a joke, but I can't as the person of colour in this live now. Do you see the selectiveness on the app, is what I'm saying? Can you not see that?
The thing is, there's selectiveness across the whole board of the whole app.
Why can't no one's ever answer
sorry, sorry, Paige. I really got a drop, but I'm just saying, like, Devon felt how he felt. I felt how I felt. Paige, Kenzina's mum, we was just having a safe space to literally bring out how we feel, and the comments are messy as hell, and we all know this. We're going to go drop.
There was a hidden agenda,
Alex, do you get
Hazel.
what I just mean?
Yeah, I do, but there was a hidden agenda today, Hazel. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Not from me. So say sorry. Enough being rude.
No, there was a hidden agenda.
You was rude to me. Say sorry.
No, I'm not going to apologise. Are you crazy?
Apologise.
Definitely not.
Right, that's really disgusting for no reason. I got attacked for no reason. This is really messed up.
Sorry, before I drop, Alex, I just remembered, like, I actually came up here to address, you know, like, you were saying, like, about the Wagwan. What is it that you were asking or trying to insinuate?
Why did I jump up in the box and say it?
No, you said earlier that Wagwan, I think people were saying that you said that it's not Jamaican or it's
Oh,
not
no, my point was, right, is that, you know, when I said that and I jumped up in a box and then Devin said, that is black, what did he say, guys? What's the word now? Wait for the chat. I want to get it right. I don't want to spread misinformation. Oh, black terminology. That word is black terminology. And I said, well, there is white Jamaicans that speak patois. There is this, so it isn't just colour-based. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. And you are right about that. But then, like, is that language that you usually use outside of this app?
No,
your friends?
No, but my friends do. All my friends do around me. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have a lot of people of colour as friends. You know, I've got family members, of course.
Yeah, no, and I know you do because I know where you're from. I know where you're from.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So, but my point was, and I think maybe this is where it was a little bit misconstrued because the way it was relayed to me, or what I thought you were trying to say was, Wagwan is English, like, you know, Patwa is essentially like English, like, do you know what I mean?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, like, well, that's what I was just going to address. But for the people in the comments who do think that Patwa's English, no, it is very much Jamaican. Wagwan is very much what we would say to each other in our community. Alex is absolutely right in terms of a lot of our British culture is actually heavily influenced by Caribbean and African culture. Now, how crazy is this? When my daughter was in secondary school, when I moved to South Birmingham, yeah, like, you know what I'm on about, innit, Alex?
Yeah.
When I say South Birmingham, yeah, she only had to do her last year of primary school over there. You know, she got a lunchtime detention, because she said Wagwan in the playground.
Crazy, isn't it?
You get what I'm saying? So it is just kind of like, and you know, like, thank you for explaining that to me. But yeah, just people, man, like, just take time with us, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying, like, you get me? Like, there's more serious stuff going on. I appreciate that your platform isn't for this, Alex. Like, I heard you when you said that, and you are entitled to do whatever you want with your platform. But what I would implore, especially people in the comments, like, you get me, like, what I would implore you to do is just explore a little bit. Don't stop in the same place, because TikTok is a very big place and you will learn so much more if you just explored. Thank you. That's it.
No worries. Thank you.
Wow. Last one standing.
Pay joke.
Am I allowed to make it? No, I won't make a joke.
I want to make a joke.
But don't. I think no one.
Bye. But yeah. Oh God, man. That's what I mean. What a crazy life. Fuck you know. Start to finish on it. Some comments. Yeah, like I said, but a lot of people need to understand. A lot of the people, right? A lot of people that are coming in mixy are not from my community, and I don't want to be labelled. I've got majority of my people are level-headed and they'll say how they truly feel. But there's also, when the audience builds up, because my audience is normally about 1,000, 1,200 people, or, you know, that's my normal audience. So when you've got 3,000 people in my live, you need to understand they're not from my live. They're not from my people. Yeah, they're entitled to opinions, of course. But a lot of them are going to come in that probably dislike Paigey or dislike other people and mixy and say things in comment sections to try and stir it up and that. They're not my people. They are people just looking to cause controversy and, you know what I mean, try and twist stuff. Like, they went into Devon's live and said that I was talking about his things that he got accused of. I never once mentioned it. Never once mentioned anything to do with what Devon was arrested for or whatever he's accused of or whatever. Never once mentioned it. But that's the problem. There is people that go from live to mix things up. My people are going to support me regardless. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, no one, whoever I call my people, And that goes on regardless of colour, sexuality. You're still my people. I'll still chat to you. You know what I mean? We have a laugh in my life, you know. We'll have light-hearted banter. But there is a lot of people that go through lives trying to stir it up and mix it up into a situation where we're all there arguing. And now look at the situation. Look at all this stuff that's going on now. No one's addressing... Well, obviously, smaller spaces apparently are addressing it. But now the bigger crowd isn't talking about the thing that's been mentioned, you know, and what all the racism things, all the racist words that have been said last night. We're all arguing amongst ourselves. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I'm too vulnerable to go elsewhere. Well, Penelope, you know, still got to fire over the bank details. And that's what I'm saying.
I just want to say thank you. Leaving to find my soul.
Oh, look who's on, Cora. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the heart maze. It is sad. It is sad. The whole thing's sad, to be fair.
Where are we on this fucking live goal? Oh, we're close, fam. Right, guys, we need...